Our guest today is, or for this segment, is Andy Singleton of Assembla. Hi, Andy.
Hello. Thanks, Peter.
It's nice to have you here.
Yes, it's nice to be here.
So, do you want to tell us about Assembla?
Yes, Assembla is a software as a service company, which means you can come to our website, assembla.com, and you can sign up to use our application. It's on demand, so it starts working immediately. And what we help people do is we help them make software using distributed teams. So frequently now when people make software, they have some people in Boston, some people in California, some people in India, some people in Moldova, which is a company where we have an office. And all of those people have to work together by sharing their code and tasks. So they can use our assembla.com application to share their code and tasks and collaborate and produce software often at great speed.
So, explain to me the concept of developing this software in separate locations. How do you assemble your teams?
Well, one of the main motivator for working in distributed teams is the ability to get the talent you want. So not everybody that we want to work with is living in Boston, and many of the people who are living in Boston that we want to work with are not available, and in fact, very highly priced. So as a small bootstrap company, we've taken to shopping globally. So what we do is we advertise. We can advertise on places like Craigslist or on much more specialized programming boards. And we ask people to send in their resumes, and if we like what they're doing, we will sign them up for a trial. So we'll give them a 2-week contract, and we'll actually just drop them in on one of our projects and make them part of the team. And if that goes well, we'll try to recruit them for the long term.
What's the biggest benefit for software development teams in your product? How does it really help them be more effective? Is it about the sharing? Is it about the communication? Is it about checking in software? What do you find is really the biggest thing that the biggest difference it makes?
There's 3 things that are important about our application. So now I'm going to get to the specialized reasons why people use it. First of all, if you're making software, you need something called a code repository, which ensures that everyone who's working on all the different pieces of code, all the different files, gets the same version. So we provide that important tool. Second, if you're trying to organize a team to do tasks and they're spread around the world, you need to write those tasks down in a list, a bug tracker, an issue tracker, or what we call a ticketing system. So we help you do that, and pretty much anybody, even if you're not making software, working in a distributed team, needs to keep a list of these tasks and see who's working on what. And the third thing that we do that's really important is we show an activity stream, which was an original concept when we started working on it in 2005. Now everyone's familiar with that because they use Facebook. On Facebook, you can see what your friends are doing. You can see all the little activities scrolling by. If you're working in a team, you need to see what people are doing. What files are they changing, and what tasks are they working on? What are they saying? What questions are they asking about those tasks? So an application like Assembla gives you that activity stream and makes you part of the team wherever you are.
Seems like that gives you a powerful competitive advantage, being able to source the best people worldwide. Is that very common in software companies today? And do you see that technique growing in other industries? Or people trying to do that all over the world?
It's become very common in the software business. And before there was what I'm calling distributed teams, meaning you recruit the people you want and make them part of your team. There was outsourcing, where you hire a company who has a whole separate office in India or something, and they organize a bunch of people all in the same location. So what's happened is we've moved from co-located, it's called, where everybody's in the same office. We had this outsourcing phase, and now we have this distributed team phase, which is a lot better because you can actually get exactly the people you want. That is much more common than you would expect in almost any business. If you look, for instance, at marketing, most marketing teams are pulled together this way now. In manufacturing, people that are making gadgets are bringing the designers, the developers, the testers, the buyers, the manufacturers together in these distributed teams. So very few businesses are untouched by this trend.